Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. I had to restart the feed, but we're going to be talking about how to be okay with disturbances when the disturbance arises, or the trigger or the emotion or the misaligned thought or something comes into your space that does not need to be there. How do we look at it as guidance? How do we look at it as a mechanic for guidance mechanisms? How can we look at it as a way of developing ourselves in a way to not be fazed by the disturbance itself and not take on the energy of the disturbance, but to be aware of it, but not allow it within our space of consciousness, so that we're able to delve deeper within ourselves, so that we can allow ourselves to clear the disturbances, the circumstances, the experiences, and have the lessons to know that the disturbances have nothing to do with what you're supposed to experience while you're in that meditative state. So it allows you to look at it, it allows you to accept it, but also allows you not to judge it itself. It's not something that you have to judge. It's not something that you have to look at and judge and have to ridicule and fight within yourself. If you just have acceptance towards it and know that it's there, that means that you don't have to take on the disturbance or the trigger or the emotion that's inside of yourself. That means that you're able to look at it, and then you're able to allow yourself to let go of it and let go of the attachments or the ideas or something that's inside of that that is not allowing you to persevere through the disturbance itself when it arises to you. So you can allow yourself to experience it, you can allow yourself to be aware of it, you can allow yourself to understand it, and then see past the lesson of maybe the trigger, the emotion, or unhealed child trauma. So my guides were really instructing me on how to really deliver this message, and really understanding that the disturbance has nothing to do with you. The trigger has nothing to do with you. The emotion has nothing to do with your state of being or how you emit the frequency and align to the energy of consciousness. But it's just a way of reflection, and it's a way of giving you insight, and also allowing you to give you foresight so that you're able to receive better. Because if you have so much disturbance within your life and it's not allowing you to tap in, it could be thoughts, it could be certain lifetime progressions. So let me know if the internet connection is good on this live feed, because I may have to get off of here. So let me know if the internet connection is good as we're continuing this feed. And also, you can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf. I hope you guys are doing well. But my guides were really wanting me to dial in on this message. And the message really is really understanding that whatever we think we're lacking of, or whatever we think is hindering us, whatever we assume ourselves to be, or we're assuming that the disturbance has some form of power over ourselves, and understanding that that is actually not true. That's not an actual thing. That's not a thing that we adopt. It's something that we feel indoctrinated towards. It could be picking certain relationship patterns. It could be having someone cut you off in traffic and getting mad about it. It could be seeing something on the television that creates disturbance within yourself, and then you realize that I don't need to watch that TV show. So allowing yourself to be aware of it, but to not judge it, but to have wholehearted acceptance towards the disturbance and what it's reflecting to you. It could be your triggers, it could be your emotion, it could be a breakup that you're having. No matter what it is, all disturbances are a form of a reflection and a lesson and a guidance mechanism to allow us to really flow with life, and to not allow life to flow with us. We're not having life have its way with us, we're having our way with life. And this allows us to develop the sense of power, because we're not allowing stale emotions, stale thought forms, stale vibrations, or disturbances to infiltrate our awareness and allow us to not grow spiritually or spiritually mature, because we're not going through the motions and we're not going through the same routine. We're actually changing the routine, and we're embracing the change, and then we're elevating the energy from the standpoint of not giving our power away to the said disturbance. So it doesn't matter what's going on around you, or if you just had a breakup, or you just lost your job, you cannot allow yourself to be affected by that, because then you're not having faith within yourself. You might be deterred for that moment. You might feel negative towards that moment. But then that kind of subsides, and then you realize that every time that something closes, another door opens. That's what is the reflection of disturbances. We sometimes have to let go of the old so that the new comes in. And then we see that it's actually not the disturbance itself, but it's me growing and maturing and having lessons and having wisdom and having understanding within myself that I don't have to allow it to affect me. I don't have to take on the energy or the burden or the problem or assume myself to be the problem or the obstacle, even if you are the problem or the obstacle. But seeing that the disturbances that we experience are just illusions and different forms of making us aware so that we recognize and understand that we're believing in something that is absolutely not true at all. We're believing in a false aligned pretense of our assumptions. That's why we have to dissolve the realm of assumption. And when we allow ourselves to do that, we see that it's not what we think or what we feel or what emotions we pick, but it's the polarity of negative and positive. And if you're going to choose a negative sensation or negative emotions or negative thoughts, you're always going to get a negative outcome. You're always going to get a different cause and effect that's of a negative nature. So you have to change the cause and effect and make sure that it's more in alignment with a positive aspect in yourself. So you're seeing yourself in a completely different light because you're not disturbed by anything, by thoughts, by your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend or family or parents or anything like that. So it just shows you that you can even see a person that you absolutely don't like, but you don't have to be disturbed by that person because you're looking at them as if they are source, as if they are extension of source energy. So you're seeing everything as a representation of source energy. So not being disturbed, having unaffected awareness means that you're not disturbed by people, places, and things because you practice non-attachment. And when you're not attached, you allow yourself to not be affected by it. You don't allow yourself to take on the energy. You allow yourself to empower yourself to see past the disturbance and why it arises within myself. And why do I feel bad when that said thing happens? It's in a form of healing. It's in a form of realization. But it's also showing you something that you're not looking at. And we have this in life. We have this with childhood. We have this with parents and soul contracts and so many different forms of relationships. Rather it's a relationship with the divine, rather it's a relationship with ourselves. Because sometimes we have to break the habit of being ourselves because we have a terrible relationship with ourselves, because we're being disturbed by little things that don't matter. And then we realize that everything is a form of an illusion. So why is the disturbance a real thing? Or why am I not using my imagination within visualization? Because we lost the sense of being a child and we lost our innocence. So when people say that I can't imagine or visualize it, it means that they have lost sense of their inner child or who they used to be because they placed it back in their subconscious. So when you say I can't do something, that means that you're totally disturbed by the very fact that you can do something. When you say I can't, you've already defeated the manifestation shining forth through you. When you say that I can't do this or I can't do that, I am not worthy of this and I am not worthy of that, you have already made it a reality. So you have to change the narrative and you have to say, I can, I will, and I do, and I always get everything that I want, because then the disturbance or the feeling of the disturbance or the negative activation of the disturbance within yourself completely falls away and allows you to see past what was trying to infiltrate your state of being. Because we can allow ourselves to take on people's thoughts or their worries or their stressors, or we can take on every problem within the world, and we don't have to do that, but we have to be our own individuation of creation and allow ourselves to see that I am not the disturbance I assume myself to be. I can think that I'm the disturbance, I can assume that I'm the disturbance. But does that disturbance have anything to do with who I am as a spiritual entity of love and light? Because it has nothing to do with that, because you're still focused on yourself. So when we allow triggers or emotions or disturbances or attract certain circumstances to ourselves, it's because we're still focused on the sense of me instead of the sense of we, instead of the sense of unity and understanding and love and compassion. Because it's not loving to be negative towards yourself, because I've done it and I'm coming from experience. Because I used to never be like this, if you can believe that. So like I felt like I lived 10 years and 3 years because I used to never be like this. And then I could look back on my own pessimistic ways and see the illusion of that and the deception of that, because we're seeing past the deception of disturbances. Because it's trying to lure you off the path. It's trying to make you look at this thing and try to adopt it and make it a real thing when it's absolutely not a real thing. So the change inside of you is to realize that you can be triggerless, that you can use your emotions as a way of having control and being calm and collected and confident within yourself. And you also don't have to allow things to interfere with what you're trying to create within yourself. So you don't have to allow the disturbance to interfere with what you're trying to create or emulate or what example you're trying to set. That means people, places, and things. It doesn't matter what tries to come into your space. All that matters is that you know who you are at every exact moment, and you're aware of that person cutting you off in traffic. You're aware that the money has not come in from your paycheck. You're aware of those things, but are you going to completely shrivel and fall down and fall out of alignment because of that one little thing? If you had just enough patience, if you just had enough obedience and faith within yourself, that's true change. And that's true control within yourself, is to not really sweat everything. Because everything will happen and everything will unfold and everything will generate and create when it needs to. So this dissolves the sense of time, because we're not giving our power away to illusions. We're all tapped into delusion, but we have to figure out what delusion we want to be in. And I'm saying that in a very childlike way, is because everybody has an illusion. So what illusion do you want to be a part of? How can you create from the standpoint to create your own matrix? You're in the matrix right now. You're in the past, future, present, happening simultaneously. So you're just co-creating your own matrix. You're co-creating your own world. And you have to almost live in your own world to get past all of these disturbances that don't allow you to grow and change and elevate the energy and progress. So that was my opening for this live. It was a big opening, but I want to let you guys know that I have a couple announcements and things of that nature. Is that I'm going live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, doing readings, healings, activation codes, downloads for $20. Also, you can book private sessions with me. And we're going to be doing some healing energy as well to kind of wrap this message in a beautiful bow, to understand that the illusion that we are is not deception. It is not delusion. But we have to co-create our own world and live inside of it. Because if we don't live inside of that world, then we're living inside of everybody else's world. And then everybody else's energy is infiltrating our energy and their thoughts and their emotions. And then if you live in your own world, if you're here now and present, that means that you are your own psychic palace and psychic protection. That means there's an electromagnetic kinetic source energy around you that doesn't allow infiltration. So it doesn't allow yourself to feel into that vibration of your old parallel reality. You're always embracing the new. When you're not embracing the disturbance, the triggers, the misaligned thoughts or emotions, or the sense perceptions, or feeling like you're suffering. Suffering is a real thing only when you adopt that and you're indoctrinated by it. And yes, we come into this world with flaws, and I'm not saying that it's flawless, but we allow ourselves to work on ourselves and work from the standpoint of who we are, so that there is a sense of development of self. Acceptance beyond your own biases. So if you have acceptance within yourself right here, right now, you can accept the disturbances, the triggers, the emotions, because you will have them. I'm not saying you won't have them, but what I am saying is that you'll learn how to deal with them. And then you'll deal with this with like prosperity, with manifestation, with subtracting things out of your life. And this can allow you to create an image of not being disturbed. You can see yourself as the person that's unaffected by little minute problems and details and outcomes. That's the reason why we have disturbances within our life. That's why we have disturbances within our life. It is because we think we are them. We assume that we are them. And then we try to portray that character and that story and that theme and that narrative that we are the disturbances. So once we let go and have a great relationship with ourselves, because we're actually having a great relationship with God. Not that God is not looking, God's not looking down upon you. God is not a physical thing, but God is energy. And it's just as simple as just following your heart's desire, allowing your desires to be pure, because that could be a disturbance that is not allowing you to manifest or play with money or allowing yourself to really share this message. So when you feel like you can't have something and you give in to that feeling or that perception, that will always allow you to not get what you want and what you really desire and what you're really striving for. So if you have goals and ambition and drive, you can't be disturbed by every little thing, because it's not going to have allowance for you to complete those things. And sometimes when you just share, and sometimes when you just give, you feel instantaneously better. And you allow the divine to work on your half. You allow the divine to work for you. And if you allow the divine to work for you, then that means that you're not affected by the rain. You're not affected by the storms of life. You're not affected by the little things that go on in your life, because it doesn't affect you. And acceptance offers inner peace. It allows you to know yourself. It allows you to just follow your alignment whenever you see fit. So whenever you see rain, you have to see it as a gift. Every time you see rain, you have to see it as a gift, because that is washing out the old and in with the new. So if you want to literally think of it like Mr. Miyagi, every time you want to clear something within yourself and clear something energetically within yourself, you can literally be like wax on and wax off, wax on and then wax off. Because you're letting go of it, accepting it, and then you're changing the vibration of it. You're changing the energy of it. So it's kind of like cleaning your car. It's kind of like just allowing yourself to clean your house for a moment. Because sometimes stale energy can be in your house. And sometimes when you clean it, you feel so much better. And sometimes when you just kind of force yourself to not be disturbed by the little things in life, that allows you to know that you have control over it, that it doesn't have power over you, that it doesn't have meaning over you, and that it doesn't allow you to fall back into the same patterns. And then you allow yourself to receive instantaneously, because you did not give in to the disturbance. But you gave in to the power of who you are, because you allowed yourself to receive. You gave your power to the true power of the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom. You allowed yourself to tap into your most oracle aspect. And you didn't allow yourself to dwell within the disturbance, or how much meaning it had, or how attached you were to it, or how it made you feel. Because you know that you can change your feelings and your thoughts and your emotions, and that you can allow yourself to really help yourself. That's why it's called self-help. But it doesn't mean that you're not able to help yourself. So if you can just do yourself a favor every day that you wake up in the morning, find the things to allow something to activate within yourself. Not find the things that disturb you, not find the things that piss you off, not find all the reasons why you're ugly or not beautiful, but look at the beauty and look at the transcendence and look at how you can receive from the standpoint of who you are right now. And if you have to make baby steps in order to elevate that energy, in order to go for it and be for it and to allow within yourself, then that can allow you to always clear energy and let go and heal and expand upon the present moment who you are right now. And it makes you really happy because you're changing the attitude. You're not having an attitude about it to where you're like, oh, I can't have this. Oh, I don't feel like exercising today, because you kind of force yourself to do it. And if you kind of force yourself to do it, it's kind of like I have chores that I do every day. It's my job, and I have TikTok, so I have to do something on TikTok every single day because I can't just sit around my house and do nothing. I could, but then I wouldn't be able to accomplish things, and then I'm allowing that disturbance of laziness. And then I have to give into that power of the disturbance of laziness and procrastination, which is something that I used to do, and sometimes it happens. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm not saying you're perfect either, and that's what's beautiful about it. If you have to take baby steps into the right direction, that is perfectly fine. Because it's the small steps for mankind that makes us great. Sometimes taking a little step will allow you to take a quantum leap, allow you to have a full circle moment. And then it'll allow you to really transcend that emotion, and it'll allow you to really take that small leap for mankind and take that small leap of service and that faith and obedience and that stability inside of yourself to really just shift into another reality, to shift into another vibration. And then you allow the old vibration and stale reality to not be deterred or disturbed. And you look it in the face and you say, get out of my way. I am not the gremlin that you think that I am. I am the self-development. I am the courage inside of myself. I am the love that I am seeking because I am God. I'm not God Almighty. I'm not God Source Energy, but God wants to see me as the image of the I Am Presence. We were made in that image. We were made in those pixels. We were made in that transcendence. We were made to be that way. We weren't made to fall back out of alignment with our true resonance. And we allow ourselves to use everything at our disposal that we're experiencing right now so that we're able to look at it. And if you have to put everything in a ball of energy and send it back to the sun, that can be a simple exercise for yourself to look at my thoughts, my emotions. My ex keeps coming into my life for some reason, or this job is really just bothering me. You can literally in that moment take everything that is hindering you, that is making you fall out of alignment, put it in there and send it back to the sun and allow it to be disintegrated into ash, because that is the energy of clearing. Clearing every day is cleansing the aura. Cleansing the aura means that you're implementing psychoprotection. And then when you're implementing that psychoprotection, that means you're not having the energy of infiltration of disturbances. Wouldn't it be great to not be disturbed by something? To not feel bad about something? And healing is not feeling bad. When you have like emotion or clearing energy, that's not you feeling bad. Because most of the times human beings, they cry so that they do feel bad. And then they don't learn why they're crying or why they're upset about something, because it's not done with any conscious reasoning. They're following logic still. And you can't find healing through logic. It comes through owning it, taking accountability, and just really accepting the healing so that you are worthy of it. Because all of you are worthy of everything that you ever desire. And that's the one message that I always hold dear to my heart, is that you're all worthy of it. I'm not more worthy of it than you, but you all are worthy of that bliss. And if I don't leave one of my lives making you feel that way, then I really haven't done my job. Because I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm just saying what needs to be said, because the divine moves on my heart to deliver these messages. And it's been in my heart to do that for a very long time. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of beautiful. It goes perfectly with the live. I wasn't expecting it to rain. I'm glad I didn't go to the woods because I would have had it poured on me. It would have poured on me if I would have went to the woods. So we're going to do some healing energy. So if you want to take part in this healing energy, also let me know if the live feed is really good. And I might go live later to do some readings, but I'm going live this weekend. Healings, activation codes, downloads. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. All you have to do is donate $20. But I think tonight I'll be doing the like, share, and give. Because weekdays I'll do that, but then on the weekends I'll do that. So, but what I wanted to get with this live is to help people heal their disturbances with healing energy. To look at them, to accept them, but not to judge them. And know that they have nothing to do with you if you don't give them so much meaning. It's the meaning and the truth and the assumptions that we give to our disturbances. Think about that. So, okay, so we're going to be doing some healing energy, so accept this healing energy. And before I do that, I do private sessions, guys. So if you want to take private sessions, 1 hour for $70, $60 for an hour for healing, activation codes, downloads. And also 30 minutes for $40 if you can't do the other things. So we're going to do some healing energy. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and then put everything on the projector screen. Everything you want, everything you desire, put on the projector screen of consciousness. ourselves to clear the energy of disturbances, triggers, emotions, and align with the vibrations of God, the sensations of God, and the emulation of the image of Christ consciousness. Have a third eye activation. Allow yourself to develop your psychic abilities and up a density of consciousness as well. And then we're going to activate the heart. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, San Open, Raphael, Mother Mary, and Saint Germain, the Intergalactic Council, Grandmother and the Tribal Women, and my 6 dragons are here as well. Archangels of Love and Light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I Am, diving deep in the middle Mother Gaia Earth, and allow us to ground deep within the Earth. Receive water healing from the rain, and just feel like you're in a pool of water. Be like water, my friends. Feel that you have power over disturbances, over triggers, over circumstance, and over your relationships. That you have complete control over your life. And that you're not going to settle for less. And you're not going to live in your assumptions. You're not going to live in your mind, but you're going to channel your consciousness. Allow the Spirit of God to be channeled through you. Jesus and the Apostle Paul have stepped forward with healing energy. And the rainbow dragons are here as well, the fairies. Offering us insight, wisdom, and healing. Allow clearing energy, implement psychic protection. Allow yourselves to receive grace, honor, power, and integrity. To serve, to be almighty, to be the channel and the image of the I Am Presence. To stand in your authority against disturbances, resistance, hindrances, problems, and to not associate yourself with them. Allow yourselves to activate your Cashapp records. And also we're going to activate the God codes. Let's receive this universal love inside of ourselves. Know that you're powerful, child of the light. Know that you can speak worlds into existence. Knowing that you can channel the wisdom. Knowing that you can break through barriers, break through the thresholds, and allow yourself to be leaders and have honor and grace. And walk in the prophecy set before you. Know that you are loved. Now, if you just completely let go and have faith, you all will be free. Disintegrate the energies of guilt, condemnation, and judgment. And you don't have to wait the second time you incarnate. You can do it here and now. Everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. When I clap my hands, you will be a completely different person. You will know yourself, and you will become the Oracle of Bloodline Wisdom, which is God manifested in the human form. And so it is. I hope that was very powerful, guys. It seemed like it. I hope I wasn't talking too loud with the rain and all. But I hope you guys really received that. And also, you know that you can book private sessions with me as well. And also, if you see me go live, just know if I do, during the week, I'll do the like, share, and give. But if you see me a lot live on the weekends, I do have to charge. I'll be charging $20 for a reading on the weekends. So healings, activation codes, downloads, all you have to do is send $20. And also you can book private sessions with me, 1-hour sessions for $70, $60 for healing energy, activation codes, downloads, Cashapp records, and 30 minutes for $40. And also I would like to warn you guys, if you guys sit in the yogi stance for a very long time, your leg will be asleep. And then you won't be able to move it, and then you'll try to talk on a live feed. Yeah, like this leg is fully asleep. You're welcome, guys. And I just felt led to do this live because I didn't go live yesterday because I was pretty tired. I did a lot of stuff this weekend and I just had to get back on the horse. And this is my job and this is my life's work. And it is why I have to keep doing it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. That's fine. I make exceptions for people. Like if they don't have PayPal and Cash App, I understand that. And things of that nature. Because I know that some of you don't have, PayPal and Cash App. So I'll make an exception with that. But just let me know. Also, if you're booking an appointment, book a time, date, and day, and just know I'm Eastern time zone. And also just text me on TikTok. I've had a lot of people email me, but they never get back with me with my email. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or if something's happening, but just let me know. I'm pretty good with communication. And also be on time, please, because I do have a policy. If anybody's late, like 10 minutes, you'll have to reschedule. But the point of this live is to know that you both don't have to be disturbed by all of your triggers, your emotions, your thoughts. Also, with the way that life treats us sometimes. Just because life is dealing you a bad hand doesn't mean you have to have a bad attitude about it. Because that's what life tries to do with us. They try to make us have a bad attitude. They try to make us fall out of alignment. They try to make us forget who we really are. But know yourselves, accept yourselves, and allow yourselves to transform. Every single day, just a little bit every day, make small steps so that you quantum leap. And so it is. So thank you guys so much. God bless. Namaste. And until next time, this is White Wolf signing off, and so it is. Oh, it's Eastern time zone for me. So, thank you guys. God bless.